Welcome back to the Living Seth channel. I want to start by asking you to challenge everything you thought you knew. This room, this moment, this very life, it feels fixed, doesn't it? Like a physical, unchanging block of reality. That rigid material view of the universe is what we've all been conditioned to believe since the day we were born. It's the official story. Reality is what you see, what you touch, and it's happening to you. But let me tell you my truth, and the core truth revealed through the Seth material, that simple definition of reality is fundamentally wrong. It's not just incomplete, it's a profound misunderstanding of existence. If there is one thing I want you to take from this first part of the series, it is this. Your reality is infinitely more fluid, personal, and malleable than your limited physical senses can ever perceive. I'm talking about the what-if universe. This isn't theory, and it's certainly not some fringe idea anymore. It's the underlying structure of consciousness itself. This is the radical, empowering truth. You create your own reality. It is the first and most crucial concept in all of the Seth teachings. It means that everything you experience, everything you perceive as a physical, outside event, is actually being generated and brought into your experience by the focus of your inner consciousness. And here's where things get truly mind-bending. Because this creative power has a massive side effect, probable realities. The moment you face any choice, a significant life-changing decision, or even the small decision about what to eat for lunch, you don't just discard the unchosen option. That option doesn't simply vanish into the abyss of time. Instead, your consciousness instantly branches off, creating a new, separate, parallel timeline, a probable reality. It's like a cosmic tree, and with every thought, every feeling, and every unacted decision you make, you are literally growing new limbs on that tree. Think about that for a moment and apply it to your own life. That job you turned down a decade ago, that person you walked away from, that country you almost moved to. In the accepted linear history of this life, those are just old memories, old regrets. But according to the material, in the greater reality, those choices are not memories, they are active and alive. The version of you who took the other job, the version of you who is married to that other person, the version of you who is living on the other side of the world, that version of you is real, and they are living that probable life right now. I think the reason we sometimes feel that intense, wistful tug of what if, or have vivid dreams about alternative circumstances, is because our own probable self is broadcasting their experience. And we are momentarily tuning in. This helps us understand the relationship between the ego and the gestalt. Your current consciousness, your ego, is designed to be highly specialized and focused, like a powerful flashlight beam cutting through the darkness. It has to focus that beam down one path, your current reality, just to function in the physical world. But all the other paths, all the infinite what-ifs, are still there, existing simultaneously, coexisting in the fabric of all that is. You are not just a single self, marching in a single straight line from birth to death. That's a profound illusion of the physical world. You are a massive, complicated, powerful collection of all your possibilities, all your choices, all your probable lives that are happening right now, at this very moment. You are only perceiving one tiny line in an infinite, beautiful script. So this naturally leads to the most important question for our series. If all these infinite versions of me exist, who is the mastermind behind them all? Multidimensional consciousness that not only created all these probable lives, but experiences every single one of them at once. Who is the source of all the power? There is a fundamental, non-negotiable force inside you. I call it the entity. It is the raw, unedited, powerful source of your will, your deepest drives, and your ultimate potential. It's what drives you to keep searching, to keep watching videos like this, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. It is what connects you to the idea of more. It is truly the bedrock of who you are. Now we need to talk about what that entity is creating every single day, and that is your probable selves. When you look at your life right now, with complete, unblinking honesty, almost everything you are doing, Almost everything you are being is a probable outcome of your past actions. The salary you earn, the quality of your relationships, the energy you wake up with, the thoughts that dominate your mind, it's all a formula. Your current self is simply the most probable version of you that could have materialized from the sum total of all your choices, compromises, habits, and assumptions over the last 5 years. You see, the universe is not random, it's extremely efficient. If you consistently choose comfort over effort, silence over speaking your truth, and delay over immediate action, the universe will consistently deliver a life defined by comfort, silence, and delay. It gives you the path of least resistance. It gives you the probable self. And here is the critical point that must sink into your core. The person you are on track to be 1 year, 5 years, or even 10 years from now. That person is not a blank slate waiting for destiny. That person is already your predetermined probable self based on the decisions you are making today. You are not just living your life. You are actively cementing a future version of yourself in real time with every micro-choice. Think about the most successful people you know or the person you deeply admire. Their success didn't come from a sudden, grand, unexpected event. It came from a tireless commitment to habits that were improbable for their former selves. They chose to work out when their body wanted to rest. They chose to read when their mind wanted to scroll. They chose to save when their impulse demanded spending. They systematically denied the easy, most probable outcome. The entity wants to create maximum impact. It wants expansion, growth, and the fulfillment of true potential. But we keep feeding it the same weak, repetitive inputs. We tell ourselves in the shower that we want a breakthrough, that we want to ascend, but then we sit down and run the exact same script we ran yesterday. That predictable choice is a comfortable lie, and it acts like an anchor, locking you into the same uninspired, probable timeline. This is where the real work begins. If you don't like the probable self you see developing on the horizon, you have to break the formula. And you break it not with a dramatic announcement, but by actively denying the most probable choice in every single small moment. Don't wait for a huge, life-changing moment to redefine who you are. The massive leap is a myth. Redefinition happens in the micro moments that no one else ever sees. It happens when you choose the hard thing over the easy thing. When you choose discipline over immediate comfort. When you choose an hour of focused work over an hour of passive consumption. Every single time you make that break, you are generating friction. It chips away at the old, predictable self. It forces a new reality into existence. You are literally making the future person you want to be more probable than the person you are on track to become. Your probable self is not your destiny. It's just the path of least resistance you currently happen to be on. You have the power to make the least probable choice. And that choice, that small, painful, necessary denial of comfort, is the only way to escape the prison of what the world expects and what your current habits dictate. The entity is waiting for you to make a choice that defies the data of your past. We need to stop thinking about your future as something that happens to you, running in the background of your consciousness, and it's powered by 3 simple, yet devastatingly effective forces: thought, emotion, and action. This is the core engine of your reality. The process begins with the smallest, most constant unit of your awareness, the thought. Every single thought is a seed of potential, and it doesn't matter how trivial or fleeting it seems. That moment when you think, "I'll never get ahead," or "I'm not the kind of person who deserves success," is not just a passing internal comment. It's a tiny, energetic splinter you are injecting into the foundation of your reality. These splinters group together, they reinforce each other, and they quietly start to pull your probable future in a specific, predictable direction. You are literally casting a vote for your future self with every internal monologue you entertain. If you consistently think of yourself as capable, strong, and deserving, you make that reality overwhelmingly probable. But a thought alone is weak. It needs a massive fuel source to give it weight. When you attach a genuine, visceral emotion, Whether it's fear, doubt, resignation, or absolute certainty, you are supercharging that thought. You are giving that tiny energetic splinter mass and gravity. The emotions you feel are not just passive reactions to events. They are the electromagnetic signature you broadcast into the world. They dictate the quality of the reality that aligns itself with you. If your emotional state is consistently vibrating with low-level anxiety and resignation, then the most probable future for you is one defined by more things that will generate anxiety and resignation. Your emotions are not passive mirrors. They are active directors of your destiny. And finally, this combined energy must manifest as action. The small decisions, the ones you think don't matter because no one is watching, are the final, decisive step in creating the probable. It's not the one-off, heroic action that truly defines your trajectory. It's the constant, subtle decisions, the choice to hit the snooze button, the choice to avoid the uncomfortable conversation, the decision to scroll for another hour instead of working on your project, the decision to hold back your best effort just to stay safe. Every single one of these small, easy actions validates and cements the negative thoughts and draining emotions that came before it. You are signing a contract with your probable self by consistently choosing the easiest, most comfortable path forward. Understand this: your current consciousness is not just a passive sensor. You are forging your probable self in the fire of your daily, repeated experiences. If you spend your day fixated on a past mistake with an emotion of shame, and then consistently take an action to numb that feeling with distraction, you are creating a highly probable reality where mistakes, shame, and numbing behavior are the central recurring themes. To change the outcome, you must interrupt this sequence. You must become mercilessly disciplined about the tiny, splinter thoughts you allow to circulate. You must interrupt the destructive emotional loop before it can gain momentum. And you must, in those small moments of decision, choose the action that is least probable for your current, complacent, habitual self. The power to break the probable lies not in the massive changes you plan to make someday. The power is in the small, difficult, conscious choice you are making right now. This is how you stop wandering into a probable future you never wanted, and start consciously, forcefully directing your consciousness toward the self you choose to become. It's time to take back control of your inner narrative. We've established that you are actively creating your probable selves through your thoughts, emotions, and actions. That is the outbound current of creation, your energy moving into the future. But now we have to talk about the inbound current, how those other probable realities, those other versions of you, are constantly reaching back to influence the life you are living right now. This is the concept of intersection and influence. Most people think of their life as a straight line, but reality is not a single path. It is a vast, multi-dimensional braid, and every single strand of that braid is a version of you who made a different choice at some key moment. The version of you who took that job, who moved to that city, who spoke up instead of staying silent. Those versions are all real, they are all probable, and they are closer than you think. Your life right now is a point of intersection, and those other probable realities are not sealed off. They are constantly exchanging energy and information with your current waking consciousness. The main conduit for this exchange is the subconscious. Think of your subconscious mind not as a dark storage room, but as a vast receiving antenna constantly tuned to the frequencies of your other selves. While your ego is busy dealing with the traffic and the deadlines of this single reality, your subconscious is receiving massive packets of data from the you that is thriving in another probable timeline. This is where the magic, or what seems like magic, comes from. Have you ever had an unexplained business idea, a stroke of genius that felt like it came from nowhere? That might not be random inspiration. It could be a download of data from a probable self who already executed that idea flawlessly. They already lived the success, and their experience, their knowledge, is being subtly fed back to you. What about a strange, vivid dream that leaves you with a profound feeling or a piece of crucial information? Perhaps you dream about overcoming a challenge you are currently facing, and you wake up with a solution you didn't have before. That dream could be a direct encounter with a probable self, a version of you who already navigated that specific challenge and is transmitting the solution across the dimensional veil. You might even experience what feels like unexplained mood shifts or sudden impulses. You're having a bad day, full of doubt, and then a wave of profound certainty washes over you, prompting you to send that email or make that call. That burst of conviction could be the energetic influence of a highly successful, confident, probable self momentarily overriding the doubt of your current self. The key to utilizing this influence is to stop dismissing it. You have to learn to distinguish between the internal chatter of your ego, the voice of fear, and the clear, precise, unexpected signal coming from your more successful self. The process is simple. When you have that sudden flash of insight, that profound certainty, or that bizarrely specific dream, don't analyze it, don't rationalize it, and don't dismiss it. You must receive it, honor it, and act on it. Your other selves are not passive. They are waiting for you to synchronize with their success. By opening yourself up to this flow of information, you are leveraging the collective experience of your highest potentials. You are allowing the most successful versions of you to actively influence your trajectory in this reality, pulling you away from the lower probability outcomes and into a probable reality of expansion. Stop waiting for the answers to come from external sources. The answers are already encoded and being transmitted by the most capable version of you. It's time to start listening. We've been navigated the heavy mechanics of how you create your probable future and how those futures are already influencing you. It's a lot of information, I know, but none of it matters. Not the probable selves, not the intersection and influence, unless we nail down the most important part, the practical power of choice. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is the application phase. The knowledge that multiple probable realities exist is completely useless until you understand where the switch to jump between them is located. And that switch is not in the future. It is not in a long-term plan. It is located entirely in the single, indivisible instant we call the present moment. We spend so much of our mental energy trying to fix the past or trying to blueprint the future. This is a massive waste of creative power. Because the only point of creation, the only place where your consciousness can exert its absolute sovereign will, is in the now. Your future self is not going to appear through magical intervention. Your future self is created entirely by the accumulation of your choices in this moment, and the moment after, and the moment after that. So how do you apply this? It starts with the absolute, uncompromising recognition that your power is not in hoping, it is in choosing. You must bring your awareness to the current moment and look at the choice you are about to make. The one that feels small, the one that feels insignificant, and treat it as the most important decision you will ever make. When you are faced with a choice, there is always a low probability, high effort option and a high probability, low effort option. The high probability choice is the one that aligns with the person you were yesterday. It's the choice of comfort, fear, procrastination, and ease. That choice takes zero effort, and it locks you into the predictable, lesser reality. The practical power of choice is the ability to consistently select the other option. It's the decision to override the habitual, conditioned response and instead choose the action that aligns with the preferred probable self you are trying to manifest. If your preferred probable self is a person of profound financial discipline, then your power of choice is exercised when you stop yourself from making the small, habitual, unnecessary purchase right now. If your preferred probable self is a person of energy and vitality, your power of choice is exercised when you stand up and move your body instead of settling into the couch right now. You are not just making a small change in behavior. You are sending a massive, focused signal to the universe. You are saying, I am no longer aligning with the old probable reality. I'm choosing a new one. This choice, made in the present moment, is the mechanism that directs your consciousness. Every time you choose the preferred action, the higher effort, less probable choice, you are literally directing your consciousness, like a ship's rudder, toward that higher version of yourself. This is the art of manifesting the preferred. It isn't about visualization, it's about embodiment. You stop visualizing the life you want and start embodying the person you must become to deserve that life. Your highest probable self is not a wish, it is a destination. And the only vehicle you have to get there is the choice you make right now. The present moment is the only moment of genuine creative power you will ever possess. Stop waiting for the moment to be perfect. The moment is perfect because you have a choice. Take the choice. We have traveled deep into the nature of consciousness. We started with the concept of your probable selves, explored how your thoughts and emotions mechanically create them, and understood that you are constantly receiving information from every other version of you. Now we must bring it all home. We have to talk about the final, non-negotiable principle that governs all of this: infinite responsibility and infinite freedom. These two concepts are two sides of the same coin. You cannot have one without the other, and they are the only truth that truly matters in the vast landscape of probable realities. The idea of infinite responsibility is terrifying to the ego, but it is deeply empowering to the soul. It means that you, and only you, are fundamentally responsible for the reality you are currently experiencing. It is not fate, it is not luck, and it is not the fault of your parents or your circumstances. If you are creating your reality moment by moment through your consistent choices, your consistent thoughts, emotions, and actions, then there is no one else to blame or praise. This is the hardest principle to accept because it strips away every single excuse we've ever used to avoid doing the work. It forces you to look at every compromise you've made, every low vibrational thought you've allowed to loop, and every predictable, easy action you've chosen, and realize, I am the architect of this moment. But this heavy responsibility is precisely what unlocks the infinite freedom. If you are fully responsible, it means you possess the absolute sovereign power to change everything. Your current circumstances are not a life sentence. They are just the most probable reality you have created up to this point. If you can create a reality based on fear, you can just as easily create one based on courage. If you can create a reality based on scarcity, you can shift to a reality defined by abundance. The limit of your responsibility is the exact measure of your freedom. The moment you fully accept that you are the creator, you become completely free from being the victim. This concept implies a powerful, breathtaking task. Your life is not a linear story that ends when your body gives out. Your existence is a multidimensional tapestry of endless possibilities. The framework we've discussed of probable selves and intersecting timelines shows you that you are a being of immense power, and that power is vested entirely in the present moment. The only point where you can exercise this infinite freedom and direct this infinite responsibility is the eternal now. You cannot change the thoughts you had 5 minutes ago, and you cannot yet take the action you plan for next week. Your point of power is this instant. It exists in the choice you are making right now. This is the ultimate application of this knowledge. Stop waiting for external validation, stop waiting for permission, and stop waiting for the perfect circumstances. That is the mentality of the probable self you are trying to leave behind. Your highest self, your most powerful actualized self, is not waiting for a sign. It's waiting for you to simply make the choice, the difficult, conscious, less probable choice, to act from a place of radical self-trust and discipline in this single, perfect moment. The paradox of the universe is that the limit of your freedom is only the limit of your willingness to take responsibility for your own experience. Reclaim your power, understand your creative mechanics, and start experiencing the full, limitless scope of who you already are. The most exciting probable reality is waiting for you. But you have to choose it now. You have to embody the freedom. You have to accept the responsibility. Go out and create your preferred experience. You have reached the final critical point of this deep exploration into probable realities. We have given you the mechanics, the philosophy, and the proof that your consciousness is the singular, sovereign creator of your experience. Now the knowledge must be converted into immediate, tangible action, because your freedom is only as real as the responsibility you choose to exercise. If this knowledge has resonated with you, if it has struck a chord of truth deep within your own being, then you cannot afford to be a passive observer. Your next steps are not philosophical. They are practical commands that reinforce the reality we are building together. First and foremost, your continued study is not optional. It is the vital foundation of your future self. You must solidify your connection to this stream of consciousness. You ensure you do not miss the next deep dive, the next advanced lesson on commanding your reality, by hitting that subscribe button right now. Don't put it off. Don't wait until the next video. Hit the subscribe button and activate the notification bell. That single choice is a declaration that you are serious about your future self, serious about your evolution, and serious about maintaining this high vibrational knowledge. Second, your engagement is the fuel for the collective consciousness here. If you found undeniable value in this documentary, show your support and contribute your energy by hitting the like button now. Beyond the simple like, we need your active participation in the intellectual laboratory that is the comment section. We want to know, what is the single highest effort action you will take in the next 24 hours to defy your low probability self? By sharing your insights, your challenges, and your breakthroughs, you are not only gaining clarity for yourself, but you are actively contributing to the mass reality we are creating. Your comment is not just feedback. It is a vote for the mass reality you wish to see manifest. Take a moment now, pause this video if you need to, and share your commitment. Finally, your journey does not end with this documentary. This series is a single chapter in a vast, comprehensive library of knowledge designed to put you in absolute command of your existence. If the principles of probable realities have fundamentally opened your mind, then you need to explore the other foundational work we have produced. We have entire documentary series dedicated to deciphering the mechanics of dream reality, the true nature of time, and advanced practical techniques for accessing and channeling your inner self. Your investment in this channel is your investment in the resources that accelerate your personal and spiritual evolution. Do not stop the flow of knowledge here. Click on the suggested videos and the channel playlists that are appearing on your screen now. Go deeper into the material. Commit to the mastery of your own consciousness. This knowledge empowers you to deliberately choose your next moment. It demands an action, not a hope. It demands commitment, not convenience. Take these steps now. Subscribe, like, comment, and explore the rest of the channel. We will see you in the next documentary. We are done waiting. We are creating.